From CBS 47, a special presentation, the Central Valley's Hidden History, honoring Black history.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. Welcome to CBS 47's Hidden History Special. I'm Anthony Bailey, and during the next 30 minutes, we'll look at some of Black history's hidden moments, the ones not talked about as much, but still that affect our lives. African Americans have made great contributions to our country for centuries. Now, we know about the Martin Luther King Jr.'s, the Malcolm X's, and the Rosa Parks, but what about the names you don't know? We're taking a journey back in time to look at America's hidden history. We began in our own backyard. The concept of protecting and conserving the environment are commonplace now, but it was groundbreaking work done by African American soldiers back in the 1800s that ensured national parks are here for us to enjoy. Tonight, we shine the spotlight on one of the most famous landmarks in the country, Yosemite. Our national parks are home to some of the most iconic views in the world.
When you look across here, you're seeing the South Fork of the Merced River. You're seeing the varying coniferous trees that we have here and deciduous trees.
National Park Ranger Shelton Johnson teaches visitors about Yosemite. Among the reenactments and talks he presents is the story of a group of African American troops called the Buffalo Soldiers. Their name given by Native American fighters who hearkened their hair to the crown of a buffalo.
If you could bring those soldiers back and put them right here again, it wouldn't look that much different than what they experienced themselves.
In 1866, the Army sent the group, which included Civil War veterans and other soldiers, to the wilderness we know as Wawona. The group was comprised of the 9th and 10th Cavalry and the 24th and 25th Infantry.
So roads had to be built, hotels were built, lodging of various sorts were built, and they were all built for the convenience of visitors.
For the next several summers, a few hundred soldiers would camp in a tent city at the headquarters located in the A-Loop of the Wawona campground.
Essentially, they were serving as some of the first park rangers anywhere in the world.
National parks were a new idea. Poaching and timber thieves were new to families accustomed to exploration and life in the Wild West.
So basically, they were providing a presence of discipline, a presence of authority, so that people knew that the park was under the command of these forces.
The national parks and park rangers would not be established until years later in 1916. The Buffalo Soldiers also left their mark in the area of conservation.
And on those slopes behind me, the Buffalo Soldiers actually built in 1904 an arboretum.
It is believed to be the first museum in the national park system. Although some contributions are gone, Ranger Johnson says that other connections are still very present.
The hat that I'm wearing on my head right now derives from the cavalry hats that were worn by U.S. Army troops both in Yosemite, Sequoia, and Yellowstone.
That history of the African American contribution to the national parks is what Johnson is working to keep alive and inspire others.
We didn't just come along after this was set up. We were part of the setting up. We were part of the building of this idea.
Now, another local school honoring the legacy of African Americans is Gaston Middle School. Earlier this month, students from Gaston Middle School put on a special evening performance at the Warner's Theater. The Black Student Union helped to host the 6th annual Edison Region Black History Program. It highlighted the many accomplishments of students in choir, drama, and band. It also gave us a look at after-school programs like leadership, speech, and debate. The program was a chance to share their accomplishments. This year's event was held at the Warner's Theater because the event had outgrown its previous venues. Still ahead in our Hidden History special, he served in the military and at nearly 100 years old still has memories of his service. Could he be the last living Buffalo Soldier? We catch up with Steve Lewis next.
All around us, events unfolding. Start your day with breaking news from the break of dawn to prepare you for the day ahead with Anthony Bailey. Megan Ruth, here when you need them. Investigative journalism, up-to-date pinpoint weather, on air and online. The Valley's only AM team on Eyewitness News This Morning. Weekdays from 5 to 7 on CBS 47.
Miss Lee, this is Agent Williams from the tax office. Our records show an unpaid balance on your account. If you don't pay by end of day, you'll be facing jail time. Well, the fastest way to fix this is with a prepaid debit card. Can you go get one now? Yes, and we want to clear this up. If you just buy that prepaid card, put $400 on it, then call me back and read the numbers to me.
The moment they ask for a prepaid card is the moment you know something's wrong. Think before you send money. Learn more at scamowareness.org.
The Central Valley's hidden history.
Welcome back. A Tampa Bay man may be the last living Buffalo soldier around. He served in the military at nearly 100 years old and has vivid memories of his service. Rod Carter sat down and talked with him.
Retired Army Corporal Steve Lewis is living history.
I was in 12th grade when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor.
A date which will live in infamy.
The 97-year-old Manatee County veteran vividly remembers the day that changed America forever.
It was on Sunday, and I didn't. So it says Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, and we didn't have do nothing time. And I'm on TVs. We had a radio.
Although after Pearl Harbor, Lewis enrolled at Florida A&M College in Tallahassee, now FAMU. A country at war meant studies took a back seat.
Every man in college had to be in the enlisted reserve corps.
Eventually, he was assigned to the 9th Cavalry, one of two black cavalries known as the Buffalo Soldiers. The all-African-American groups started during the Civil War. Their service, though, lasted until 1948, when President Harry S. Truman integrated the military. And by the early 1950s, they were gone.
And we didn't know a thing about no Buffalo Soldiers in the Army.
Okay.
We never heard it.
Mr. Lewis may be the last living Buffalo soldier around. He remembers his duties well.
Each man was assigned a horse, and you had to take the horse, you had to go out, you ride the horse, bring him in, wash him down, clean him up, feed him, then you go eat.
Steve Lewis is still active with our fraternity Kappa Alpha Psi, and there's a community center named for him in his hometown. Still ahead in our Hidden History special, we meet a local woman who's using her talents to comfort those around her. Whether it's at their workplace or on the main stage, we'll explain next. Plus, how would you deal with the hardships on the field? As an African-American athlete, one football player dealt with it often. Hear what huge addition to the game grew from his treatment. We'll take a look at that next.
I didn't set out to hurt my family, but ultimately drugs and alcohol were stronger than my love for them. My love for me, I had no idea what awaited for me at the end of it all. I got to a point where I feared living more than dying, and I could either let myself go for good or ask for help.
Recovery starts here. Get help now from the Central Valley's leading addiction treatment provider. Call First Steps now or visit us online.
Ready, Grandpa?
Luckily for my grandson, I've got my friends at All American Glass. They're locally owned, been in business for over 20 years, and will take care of all your auto glass needs. At All American Glass, they'll treat your car like family.
Every day we go about our lives driven by routine and blindfolded to the realities of the world around us. Our vision is clouded by the very normalcy we take for granted. Countless victims of human trafficking walk among us, seemingly invisible. Until now. The Blue Campaign provides a unified voice for those who oppose the heinous crime of human trafficking. Whether it's forced labor, domestic servitude, or the sex trade, it's time we open our eyes.
Sorry, I didn't even see you.
No one ever does.
Learn what you can do to help by visiting dhs.gov/bluecampaign.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy.
Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
The Central Valley's hidden history.
Welcome back. We continue our Hidden History series with a local woman who found a way to use her gifts to comfort those around her. Meet Jeanette Harris.
Our individuals are amazing. All they want is to feel loved.
Bringing joy to the people around her is something Jeanette Harris finds rewarding.
We work with individuals with intellectual disabilities.
Harris works at a residential living facility as an administrator.
Set doctor appointments, make sure staff is there.
A labor of love that she developed while participating in a program at Roosevelt High School.
I had a friend and we would go and walk around the school.
We would soon learn that Harris's desire to bring joy extended well beyond the confines of her workspace.
But yeah, this is actually my setup.
Hundreds and thousands of miles beyond.
Everyone treated us so good out there, and they love musicians, and if you're a musician, you're like a Michael Jackson out there. You know?
Her trip to Japan only added to a prestigious resume that also included stops in London with Tina Marie, New York, Boston, and Chicago. So how exactly does a care home provider end up jet-setting across the country on her weekends? It turns out this is the fruit of seeds planted when she was only 6 years old. Harris's father played the tuba and organ. She chose the sax.
I guess the sax, because Grover Washington Jr., my mom would listen to him, and I'd be like, you know what, that's smooth.
Smooth sounds that would guide her to a full scholarship to Berklee College of Music in Boston.
I bust my butt through just 4 years of Boston and cold weather. I'm going to travel and do all the good stuff.
Travel she is still doing to this day.
All the energy comes in.
Our first queen, Jeanette Harris, hails from FRESNO, California. Y'all put your hands together and give it up for the one, the only, the queen of jazz, Miss Jeanette Harris.
I'm like, let's go.
We caught up with Harris at a recent show in Sacramento.
It's kind of like a party, you know, it makes people feel good.
Fulfilling her dream of providing joy from the main stage while inspiring those that will follow.
See it. I saw my face big, large on the poster way before it happened.
The journey that changed football forever started with a player from Fort Wayne, Indiana. He endured brutal racist attacks on the field and would end up securing protection for generations of future athletes just like myself. Kiter Puosa shows us the story of Johnny Bright.
A gridiron in Oklahoma, 1951.
It's like the racial injustice just comes to life.
A battleground that still haunts Deanie Bright Johnson nearly 70 years later. Nightmares of her dad, the best college football player in the country with a broken jaw, and zero sympathy from the stands.
People just, oh, that's the way it is. That's the way we play football. I mean, that's a terrible, terrible situation.
Johnny Bright, Drake University's superstar,
Johnny Bright explodes into the end zone.
Had been the first black player ever to step in this stadium. On this visit, opponent Wilbanks Smith wanted to make sure he'd never come back.
I was in the press box at the time. In 2 or 3 plays, I said, boy, they're really getting after John, you know.
He was watching his teammate run the ball, so he let his guards down just for a moment.
Then, a devastating blow to his exposed, unprotected face. Moments later, a second strike, and then a third. But before his team carried his limp body off the field, he launched a statement 61-yard touchdown pass, ready to be the face that changed the safety of the game forever.
The best way to retaliate is to be great. And that's a page that you could take from Johnny Bright.
Johnny Bright's legend took off in Fort Wayne, Indiana. From Central High School phenom all the way to the Canadian Football Hall of Fame, schools, awards, and stadiums inspired by his name.
My dad would say football, sports is the vehicle. His love and his passion was educating people.
And her dad comes through for all of us. Every time we see a football helmet, right after the attacks on him in Oklahoma, a national conversation on player safety fired up. The NCAA would soon require all players in the league to wear face masks. As the discussion grew, the NFL would make the same requirement several years later, making Bright's impact on this global game undeniable.
Bright runs wild for the goal line, and the Eskimos are back in the lead.
What would your dad say if he could see all the players wearing face masks today?
He would say it's absolutely amazing. He'd probably have tears in his eyes and say, you know what, we've really come a long way.
Still ahead in our Hidden History special, a unique partnership between the African American Museum and a local educational institution is giving families a chance to see their loved ones' accomplishments. We'll show you the Wall of Honor next.
48 hours only this weekend at More Furniture for Less.
Get your choice of no interest for 72 months or take a full 20% off your purchase.
Whether it's time for a whole room or just one piece.
Our President's Day sale wraps up with a spectacular 48-hour offer.
Choose no interest financing for 72 months or take a full 20% off your entire purchase.
But don't wait, it's this weekend, 48 hours only.
Only at More Furniture for Less.
Preview all sale pricing online at morefurniture.com.
For more than 35 years, Torrum & Associates has been winning for car and truck accident victims in California. After an accident, get the money you deserve.
Auto accident? Torrum wins. $1 million for my case.
Over $2 million. Torrum wins.
Their attorneys have won millions of dollars for injured people. They know how to win.
Injured? Torrum wins. Call your legal warriors at 500-5000.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you're beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Thanks.
All around us, news is happening. And when news breaks, you have questions. CBS 47 works to get you answers, investigating the issues you care about, to be your voice, to be your eyewitness, and to make sense of it all. Every night, Murrow and Emmy Award-winning Eyewitness News investigates with Ken Malloy and Catherine Herr on CBS 47 Eyewitness News. CBS 47 is on your side. Contact us for Eyewitness News Investigates. The Central Valley's Hidden History.
Welcome back. We have been sharing with you stories of African Americans that have contributed to the lives of Valley residents. Now our series shifts to focus on education and the history of the Wall of Honor. Here's a unique look at the partnership between the African American Museum and the State Center Community College District.
This is a really important space for my family.
For Fresno City College professor Dr. Kathleen Rhodes Schock, a laser focus on education was almost a birthright. On a recent visit to the African American Museum, she recalled her family's meager beginnings.
They grew up in Calwa, living really in a tent.
Schock's dad, Robert, was one of 4 boys. He and the others, James, Cecil, and King, all attended Reedley Community College. a vital step in the journey to reach their goals.
They got professional degrees, and they were incredibly successful.
Robert would go on to become an emergency room doctor, King a dentist. Cecil would graduate from law school, and James would be an educator. In 2006, all four were inducted into the State Center Community College Wall of Honor.
At the time that they were inducted, I was a reporter for Channel 47, and I was able to cover this story for the station and interview my dad.
The Wall of Honor, a unique idea put together by the museum's founder, Jack Kelly, and the State Center Community College's chancellor, Bill Stewart.
You come here and you get to see all the people that made this town great.
Dr. Carol Drake is a former dean of health and science at Fresno City College. She sees the college as the bedrock of the community.
This is where you can go and you can make a profession and come back and contribute to your community.
A vision Drake says the Rhodes understood.
And they were excellent in what they did. They did community service. They deserved to be on the wall.
Service, built on a foundation of education, is a principle the Rhodes family knew quite well.
In my dad's office, he had all of his diplomas framed, but the one in the most prominent position was his diploma from Reedley College. He said, if it wasn't for that diploma, none of the other diplomas would be on that wall.
Still ahead in our Hidden History special. He's an Olympic gold medalist from the Valley, but his contributions to the community go far beyond being a winner. How he's becoming a hero to many, coming up.
Got some news today from the radio man. He spoke the word somber and as softly as he can, the world stood still. And the sky opened up. I made my way to fill up my coffee cup. Then it occurred to me as the daylight sky shone blue, today's the day that Johnny met June. He waited a while, he knew that he would. He was gonna hang around here for as long as he could. The days went by, and hours idle passed. He was never sure just how long he would last. But there's not much love in a lonely room. Today's the day that Johnny met you.
Have a good summer.
You too.
Thanks.
You must be bored.
No way.
This is the guy that I was running to in the library.
You're kind of,
yeah.
Guilty. So you like to write on desks?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Now we're starting over. It's the place that we are. You look more pretty underneath all the stars of love is a burning thing. Oh, how I still love to hear you sing. Oh, and everything we ever heard about heaven is true. Today's the day that Johnny met you. Today's the day that Johnny met you.
The Central Valley's Hidden History.
Welcome back. Tonight we're shining a spotlight on an Olympic gold medalist from the Valley that is on a mission to change lives. Now, by all measures, Maxie Parks had success on the track as an Olympic sprinter. His impact on student lives, however, may be what he's most remembered for. From an early age, it was clear that Maxie Parks never met a race he didn't think he could win.
So I could outrun all of my neighbors and my brothers and sisters, so I felt that I was pretty quick.
Parks, who moved to California from Arkansas in the 5th grade, recalls his early days in the neighborhood.
We used to race all the time. We didn't have the technology and the things that the young people today have, so we had to be inventive.
Innovation on those neighborhood sidewalks led to skills on the track for Parks at Washington Union High School. It was with the Panthers that Parks would get his first taste of success, landing several trips to the state championships. He recalls seeing the 1960 Olympics.
I wanted to go to the Olympics. I wanted to do something that would be recognized and my name could go down in history.
Parks went on to attend Fresno City College, then earned a full-ride scholarship to UCLA. In 1976, he got his shot to run as part of the 4x4 relay team in Montreal. Parks took full advantage of it, finishing first and winning a gold medal.
We probably beat second place by almost 3 seconds.
Through all of his success, Parks never forgot where it all started.
He's just a special man because he's so humble and he's so gracious with his time.
Jeff Freitas is the athletic director at Washington Union.
You know, he loves kids. He loves helping, giving back. And so he's the kind of person that obviously we love to have come back here at Washington Union.
Freitas recalls the encouraging but real messages that Parks would deliver to the athletes about his success. We asked Parks to share a few with us.
It takes discipline. You have to take criticism from your peers. You have to separate yourself from your peers in many cases. They can accomplish anything they set their minds to accomplish. They have to be willing to share and be accountable to someone other than themselves.
The school took notice and 5 years ago honored Parks by naming a track meet after him. He was later named to the inaugural class of the school's Wall of Fame.
To be recognized by your high school and the community to honor you at that type of recognition.
He recalls getting a visit from City Councilman Oliver Baines in 2017. That's when he learned the city was naming the community center after him.
And that kind of like took me off my feet to hear that. And I'm so honored that the city of Fresno and the Parks and Recreation saw fit that they could honor me in that manner.
Honored for the privilege, but aware of the importance of its purpose.
To build for our youth's future, to give our youth a platform and a safe haven place to come.
We want to thank you for taking the journey with us. We hope you learned a lot about the hidden history we've shared with you. We've highlighted just a few, but we hope we inspired you to uncover more yourself. I'm Anthony Bailey. Until the next time.
All around us, events unfolding. Start your day with breaking news from the break of dawn to prepare you for the day ahead with Anthony Bailey. Megan Root, here when you need them. Investigative journalism, up-to-date pinpoint weather, on air and online. The Valley's only AM team on Eyewitness News This Morning. Weekdays from 5 to 7 on CBS 47.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Stay connected with breaking news at yourcentralvalley.com and the latest pinpoint weather conditions every day. CBS 47 Eyewitness News is always at yourcentralvalley.com.
Your health is our focus. That's why we're telling stories that inspire, educate, and promote wellness. Stories straight from our own community. Join us each week for MedWatch Today, Sunday on CBS 47.
Do you know what your child is doing online?
We're providing cyber-safe resources and information. Go to yourcentralvalley.com now to see the CBS 47 Cyber-Safe Parent Program.
Charlie, so tickled. Uncle Charlie.
Not now, Jake.
I just heard the Fudge Nugget song you wrote on TV.
Right.
From a magic chocolate mountain and a secret chocolate mine.
Right.
And Granny's big Fudge Nuggets with a taste that's all so fun.
Jake, I'm not alone in here.
No way.
Yeah.
Who's in there?
A friend of mine.
Is it a girl?
Hold on. Oh, yeah.
Is it Janet?
No. It's my friend Wendy. Say hi to Jake, Wendy.
Hi, Jake. You're doing really well. I have to go. This is embarrassing.
I like that you didn't lie to him.
Well, I try to be honest.
It's good quality. So here's Janet.
My favorite thing about banking with Chime is getting my paycheck up to